go. Howdy, 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 y'all. It's your boy Lonesome again with a How to Play Blues Harmonica Cheats 2. And we're going to go over 3 key sounds today. The first one, the wailing wind. The second one, the rolling thunder. And the third one, the screaming banshee. You get these 3 sounds down, and you can play some pretty slick blues to plug in between the little last bit you learned in the other video. So we're gonna go with the first one, the wailing wind. Let's get started. So, wailing wind. Here's what you're gonna do. Let me scoot up here. You're gonna take this here harmonica. You're gonna pick 2 holes. I like to pick the 3 and 4 hole. You can also do 2 and 3, 1 and 2, or any of the other ones. But to keep it simple and bluesy, we're gonna stay on 3 and 4. You're gonna put both of those in the old blowhole here, right? Not just 3, which sound like this, or 4, like this. No, I'm sucking in, not blowing out, because it's the blues and it sucks. But you're gonna put both of them in and suck both 3 and 4, like this. Right? So that's your wail, but the wind doesn't go. The wind goes. You know what I'm saying? It rolls and tumbles like a chubby kid in the swimming pool diving board. Okay? It plays like this. You put them both in, sucking, and you're gonna do that little bend from last time. Like that. Normally, when you do it, you only catch one if you're hearing quietly, but the other one stays kind of constant. And sometimes it don't. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Throw it all together with a little bit of this jazz, and you get something like. There's your wailing wind. Do it however you want to, you know? A lot of different options. Step 2, cheat 3, whatever you want to call it. The rolling thunder. So what's the rolling thunder? It's this little ditty right here. Hear it again. Right? It's kind of tricky. One of the greatest harmonica players of all time, the old boy from Blues Traveler, I picked this one up from him. He does it a lot. He'll be playing between all his different notes, you know. Gets to that end one right there. And when it's kind of like a slide on a guitar or rolling down the keys on a piano, he just takes it and drops it off. Hits that last one and drops it off like that. So first, how you do it. We're going to start on the 4 hole. And we're going to suck in. And we're going to slide all the way down to the 1 or the end or wherever you want to end up at, your choice, like how it sounds, you know? That's the start, but if you really want to get the full effect, and it takes some practice, but you have to do that bendy thing from the first video while you're sucking down. Note the sound differences here for the first one. Versus. If you have the bend, it goes quicker, faster, and crisper, and you get this mellow, sick sort of tone that just tickles you up your spine and says, baby, be mine, if you know what I'm talking about. So you take it in. That's how I use it most of the time. I slide out. You can do it sliding up too, by the way, see? So that was it sliding up and down. A classic example. Which is where I start at the 1, slide up to the 4 and blow, sucking up, blowing out when I hit 4, and sliding back down to that 1. You kind of get a feel for it with all that bending in between, because that bend is what gives you the blues. Now, before I waste your time, on to step 3, y'all. Step 3, that was, let's see, Wailing Wind, Rolling Thunder, Screaming Banshee, the Howling Wolf, whatever in the Hail State you want to call it. And it's this one right here. And I'm sure you listen to a lot of blues music, you hear it all the time. It's kind of tricky. Right? So, how do you do it? Well, this one takes even more practice than the other two, but the premise is simple. I like to take the 5 or the 6 hole, or the 4 and the 5 hole, again, sucking in all the time because it's the blues. And the way I started doing it was I would play my harmonica like this the whole time, and when I wanted to do the old Screaming Banshee, I'd switch over to this real quick and do like that. It's the cheater's way, but it's a great way to get started, honestly. Or I'd go like this. But if I'm telling the honest truth, and that's the only type of truth there is, amen, then it sounds way better when you get your hand cupped over for effect and you mix the sort of Screaming Banshee and the Wailing Wind all together, because you got that Wailing Wind here and that Screaming Banshee here. So you bend it, slide it around, and do it back and forth like, y'all write your own jokes on that one. You end up with something like this. It wasn't too hot. Let me try again. You know, I ain't always perfect. Psych. See how I'm sliding and bending at the same time? Really grows on you. Y'all can write your own joke for that one too. You notice how I'm bending and sliding, bend up, bend back. The whole time I'm sucking in. It just, whether I'm sucking in from here or here. So, we're going to go over all 3 real quick. Then I'm going to say deuce out. First one, Rolling Wind. Wailing Wind, whatever. You got this thing going right here. Pick the 3 and the 4, cover, suck both, bend, and roll the hand. That's pretty dope. Second one, the go back for the name. Rolling Thunder, that's what it is. Who gives a flip? Name it what you want. Pick your hole, bend into it, slide and bend out of it. And finally, ooh, I'm in low power mode. Ha, gotcha. And finally, finally, this one here. So there's 3 cheat licks to go with your cheat techniques, to put them all together to make you 4 times as good in just 2 videos. Twice as good at the end of the first and twice as good at the end of the second. You put them together and you get 4 times as good. So this is your boy Lonesome saying deuces, and I'll see you in part 3.